Good day everyone, welcome back to the Growth Movement. I'm Celia and today we are doing a practice about remaining mindful through this Christmas period. So what is mindful? I'll just add in there. I believe that mindful is just being conscious of what we're doing and how the thing that we're doing affects not only ourselves but our whole environment. So as we go into this week before Christmas, which is such a magical, amazing time for everyone, I think it's great if we can just be mindful of how our actions are putting kindness out, because that's what this is all about this time of year. It's about sharing love, receiving love, and just being love and happiness and everything great, contentment and fulfillment. So keep that in mind for this whole practice, and hopefully you will walk away feeling that little spring in your step, or that extra depth of breath, or even you just feel like you got off work for 20 minutes. Whatever the result is, I hope it's positive. I know it will be positive if you really put the practice in. And now this brings me to the next point that I want to make. I won't do this in every video, but you have to touch on the true purpose of yoga, and it is not about how flexible you are, how strong you are, how often you meditate, what shape you are, what height you are, what sex you are, how you take your latte. None of it matters. It really does not matter at all. If you breathe, you can yoga. It is that simple. And I will go into that much more in depth later when we do many videos with all different people. So you know what? If you know someone who you believe is inspiring and just motivated and they love yoga, by all means, put them in the comments, tag them. We'd love to collaborate, because that's what we're all about. For everyone, that's what we're here for. So let's reinforce that. It's not about if you can touch your toes or not. It's about the journey down there and what we learn on the way. So with that in mind, let us begin today's practice. So we're going to start in a nice, comfortable, cross-legged seat of your choice. I'm not going to, sometimes someone just getting cross-legged, for me, I find ankle crossed quite uncomfortable. So I always opt for the more open sitting. But I know a lot of yogis and yoga practitioners will love the ankles crossed, but I think that comes with lots of hard work and practice. But if we are at crossed ankles, let's just make sure that we're really popping our sit bones on the floor. Move it out of the way. No matter how much of it there is, move it out of the way. And we're going to sit nice and flat. But we're not going to arch through. We're going to pull back on these hip points in here, and we're kind of going to pull them down and shine our hips up to the sky. So we're really grounding ourselves, like I'm here. Like, I don't know, you're waiting in a line or something to get something. You're not moving, you're there. And so we ground ourselves in whatever seat is comfortable. And now I just want you to take a moment here before we get any deeper than this. I just want you to take a moment to close your eyes and breathe. Breathe in your natural rhythm. Just notice how it affects your body. What moves? What doesn't move? What should be moving? Just whatever comes to mind, but keep our awareness with our breath. And then for the final, let's consciously make the inhale just that little bit deeper. And the exhale that little bit longer. Gently open. And we've done it. We have already begun the process from our active everyday mind to our yoga mind, or our state of inner connect. Done. I'm trademarking that. Inner connect. So we're there, and here we go. So from our comfortable seat, we now have got our hip points facing the floor. We are our hip points facing the floor. We've got our hip points facing the sky and our sit bones on the floor. We're nice and comfortable. Now we're going to move up. We also want to maintain an integrity through our spine. So I'm going to turn on my side. So we're going to make sure that this beautiful line of this spine that we have is straight. But we mean straight from our rump, tail, bottom, derriere, all the way down here to all the way to the crown of our head. Now, this is so vital that we maintain that integrity, because this is us. This holds us. There is so much strength in our spine. It is phenomenal. So however you do it, you see a light, you see a rope, you see a chain, you see whatever it is, keep it straight. That's our key. And you know what? If for some reason that you cannot get there, that's totally fine. That's why we're here. That's the greatest part of this. So if we're naturally quite hunched, or we've had some reason that our spine just can't, you might just be really, really sore today. We've all been there. We make as much of a conscious effort without forcing ourselves, because we never force ourselves in yoga. We listen to our body, and that's the number one thing. My yoga is not your yoga. It is our yoga, and we do it in our own way. So we have to remember that. So wherever we can get to, where we feel the most open and straight, we have to stay there for this one. So let's go. Once those sit bones are flat, we're going to take our left arm. We're going to bring our elbow right below our shoulder, leaning down, and our palm splayed on the mat. Now, this is going to want to come up. It's coming this way, but it's not. We are going to anchor it down, and we do that here. We really anchor, and we also pull forwards with our hips. So we're really bringing ourselves in, and we're feeling strong, and we're supporting our spine. We're maintaining this integrity still. We're not like this. We're not slumping our head down. We're not craning our neck. We're just holding our head. We're just simply in balance. Now, I understand. So for everyone who is here, let's stay here. Now, for anyone who is anywhere in between, so if you can just get to here, great. Maintain that integrity. Maintain here. Never go to the point where we're struggling. Let's stay where we're nice. So now whichever variation we are in, let's keep the sit bones on the right hand side nice and flush to the mat. And let's bring in that breath. So we inhale, feel an expanding, and exhale to relax into the new space that we have created. And then on your next inhale, let's bring the right hand and let's bring those pinky fingers up behind the right ear and stretch all the way to our left hand side, and really feel it in the side of the body and through here. Just feel it everywhere. But let's open through the shoulder and look straight up. Feel strong. Now if we're starting to feel it in the neck, let's really make sure we're holding ourselves correctly. Passive movement, it's great, do it. I know that a lot of the time, you'll see people get into their pose and they're there. Let's feel it, this is what it's all about. So we do it, and on our next inhale and exhale, roll it all out and back to center. Now let's make sure we touch the tips of those right fingers down so that we're grounding back into center. Inhale. Hands into prayer above the heart, and exhale to lower. And straight into the right hand side. Inhale to drop the arm, elbow. We're stacking the bones, we're supporting the body, we're strengthening it. We're not thinking of the body as one limb and one limb. This is one whole, and every part supports. So we're keeping that sit bone anchored. We're maintaining this openness through the chest. We're lowering our shoulders from our ears. And here you may notice the head begin to droop. We bring it back and we remind it, you are strong. And we hold it here for a while. And remember, wherever we are, we are maintaining the integrity. And we breathe. And then on our next inhale, we bring that pinky up behind the left ear and we stretch to the right, making sure the hip bone is still, the sit bone is still down. I'm going to do that again, I think. And we're opening through the chest and lowering through the shoulder. Passive movement again. If we're here, go, whoa, let's just bring that down and get in there. It's your body. Work it how it wants to be. Feel it. Inhale one more time and exhale. Inhale. Hands down back to heart to exhale. Beautiful. Now we're going to shift long ways onto our mat with our legs straight out in front of us and sit bones on the ground again. So of course, as I've been talking about this time of year, these stretches that I've put together today really are about releasing the tension that a lot of us hold in common areas, hips, shoulders, in our here and our ankles, in our neck. So we're really trying to do quite a dynamic, full body stretch here that's going to leave you feeling just that bit better. And of course, all the other benefits that yoga has of different systems of the body, which I'll touch on when we do some that I think are really poignant to today's message. So, like eating lots. So this next one, let's get active through those legs. Let's point those toes up. That's one really, let's keep those legs active, but we still want to be grounded. So we're grounded, we bring our hands down, and of course, as always, we keep that integrity and that straight line from here coming all the way through. That will probably mean tucking the chin, rounding through the pelvis in whatever way. And as I say, passive movement for the first 5 to 10 seconds of getting in, and then we set and we breathe. Inhale and exhale. Drop those shoulders, keeping those feet active and the legs active. Yes, it is going to start to burn. That is amazing. That means you're alive. You have got energy, prana, it is also known as, running through you. Right now, you are building space. So really breathe in and then release. Give those legs a rub. Thank them. They hold us all day long. There we go. Now we're going to inhale and arms are going up. Keeping that integrity, and on the exhale we're going, really think of it like we're reaching and we're lifting, and we're coming up and over towards our feet. So wherever that may be, so long as we're going up and over. Now wherever we're at, what we really need to make sure of is we've got a big distance between our shoulder and our ear, that we're not holding tension or forcing ourselves. And one of my favorites in the seated forward bend is bend those knees. It's not about, it's about this. It's about getting in and getting in. So here we go. And some nice, audible breath here is good if you're feeling it. I understand you might be in a class or something and that might not be appropriate, but it's always appropriate. So if you're comfortable to breathe, you kind of just narrow in at the base of your, the top of your throat, kind of like the ocean almost. And we just inhale. Feel the head begin to relax. And it's okay to let the neck relax in this position because it's well supported by our thighs, our weight is supported, so it's okay to let the neck just go a little bit. Alright, so from here, little inhale, back up, exhale. Now you might want to take the time to have a quick sip of water or something, but I'll meet you in tabletop, all fours. So to get there, if you're just going to keep going, let's go to a cross-legged seat, up onto our knees, and then down onto all fours. So if you did want to get up and do something, you can just pause it now and come back. Or we will move in to the next phase. So as I say, passive movement is great. When we first come to a position after being in another, position, it can feel quite different. So it's really great to have this support in changing and move. So here we go. Now we're not going to be here long on all fours. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the cat-cow. So what that is we just push up and through our shoulders. And we're going to do a full round, and then on our next inhale, drop the belly. Opening up through here, keeping that good space through the shoulders. And inhale. Exhale to rise. One more. Inhale. Really drop that belly and open through the chest. And exhale. And now make sure that our wrists are stacked under our shoulders, and we're going to curl the toes, and we're going to send it up to plank. Alright, we're only going to do this once today, so let's make it count. So, pushing up through that body, we're one unit, so let's push and let's hold, keeping that nice integrity through our neck and our spine. Pushing through and breathing. Now, if a full plank is not at all on today's menu, lower the knees. You may need to move the hands, you may not. Lay the feet, and we have to here. So long as the spine is maintained, you're safe and you're okay. So this is good. Or if we're in full plank, you've got it. I know that you're shaking. I feel you. We're going to do this for 3, 2, 1. And now we looking up, we lower. Good job. Lay the feet, the hands, inhale. Lift to cobra. Make sure those shoulders are looped. Exhale. Back to the floor, curl the toes, plant the palms, get strong, inhale, we're lifting back to plank, 3, 2, lift, and exhale all the way up into downward dog. Now walk your way there, take your time getting there, because we're going to breathe here for a while, so there's no rush. Let's get there. Let's walk it out, let's walk it out. Now, downward dog, probably the most famous yoga pose. Doesn't look the same for everyone. I think that's one thing that is really, really vital, that I get that to you. Some people might be here, some people might be here. Some people might have bent knees, some people might have one leg, some people might have 4 paws. However your body is, the idea is to send this up, to open and strengthen through those arms. We're one unit, okay? This is one body, and we are going to keep that integrity through our spine and open our chest towards our knees. And let's do it for 5 conscious breaths. Whatever was on your mind when you came in today, breathe it out. Just not right now. Right now is not the time. If you need to move, please move. And one more breath. And then as we come, we're going to round through. So what we're doing here is we're rolling the feet like this, rolling up onto our toes, maintaining this here in our head. So we're kind of like in from our dog, rolling our whole, including our shoulders. We're really rolling our spine. So we're not slumping, we're not arching. We're really keeping that integrity and rolling through. Now, if this is not that's too much or that's not comfortable, instead of rolling, we just come back down. Or if that's not, we can go from our dog to our knees, because we're going to meet you there. All right, so for those of us who have rolled, rolling, and we're lowering, and we're rising. Now we're going to send it back to child's pose. So that is big toes together. Now, a lot of people say as wide as your mat, as wide as you are comfortable, I feel is a good way to say it. So we go there, and then we're going to extend out as far as we can go. And we can feel it everywhere. You know, this is a really good one. We can feel it in here, we can feel it in here. So we need to make sure that we're really consciously breathing into any areas. And so when we say breathing into an area, it's kind of well, this is how I do it. You visualize. With every inhale, you feel the area soften, you feel it relax, you feel it expand. And then when we make that space, we will take it up. So that's the great thing about the body, that if you practice it and you work on it, it will succeed. They are magnificent. You know, if we look after them, they can do pretty much anything. They're amazing. And we've all got one. How lucky. Alright, so on our next exhale, we'll come back up. But as we do it, we're really going to keep our head down and we're going to roll up. Plant, bring our hands to here. Rub those legs. And then we're going to come back down onto our back. And really do it nicely. Just support and gently rolling down. Pull those legs right up, hug them in. If it feels right to rock, passive movement, rock. Do whatever. Get yourself center, make sure you're good. And we're going to straighten those legs. This is the only other kind of hard-working part other than the planking and everything. So let's just breathe through it together and know that afterwards your body will thank you. You're going to feel great. That's all we need to think about. So let's breathe. And on our next inhale, we're going to lower the right leg and hold it with our right hand. So it's sitting on our chest. We're then going to bring down that left leg and keep it just hovering off the ground. Maintaining that integrity in the straightness of the leg, so it's not bowing or dipping, it's just there. Really support yourself through keeping that spine nice and straight. If you're feeling that little shake, embrace it. This is great. And then gently lower to the ground on an exhale. Now, once we've got this established, we're going to lift this right leg. We're just going to lift it. So we're already here. And now we're going to take our right hand to the inside of our right foot. And now if this is already a bit much in the hips, stay here, right here, and just really breathe in and know that with regular practice, you'll get to wherever is right for you. It's not about where you're getting to, it's what we learn on the way. And the only way to understand it is to experience it, and you've already started. How good's that? So we're going to just open it for 3 nice breaths, maintaining that awareness through our spine and our hips, keeping them flush. And then on your next exhale, bring that right leg, cross it over the body into a bit of a figure 4, laying the right foot onto the left thigh, and just keep it like that. Really ground through your hands. And breathe. If you ever find yourself and you think, oops, I haven't been breathing. Because I know some teachers will tell you to inhale and exhale all the time, but sometimes it can just be a bit much. So I think if you're breathing consciously, that's the most important thing. So when we get into something, we just... Even if you only get 2 good breaths in with each... sorry, my rings will have been banging then. Yeah, even if you get 2 breaths, that's all. So let's pull out of that. Here and touch. And we're going to immediately switch. Left leg bent in. Right leg straight. And lower. And hover it there. As we're here, as I say, movement is fine. But also start thinking about other areas. Are we holding tension in our shoulders? Is our chin tucked? And when we align all of these little things, all of a sudden this gets much easier to hold on to because the body is supporting itself. And I find that the more you practice yoga, you find that in your everyday little tiny things that may have caused you pain or discomfort, and all of a sudden you'll just hold yourself differently, and you'll not only you'll start noticing you'll be less pain or more toned or just more clear. And on the next exhale, lower. You did awesome. You're amazing. Left hand to the sole inside of the left foot, opening through that hip. Wherever it is that you are at, really breathe in here. You've done amazingly. We've come so close. This was a nice, easy, gentle one today, just to get us all into the holiday spirit. Don't worry, 1st of New Year, we'll be on it. But you've just done an amazing. And exhale. Release back down to the ground, and then send it out and give them just a bit of a shake. That's good. Now we'll just make sure that we'll scoop our tailbone down because we're about to go into just a tiny little relaxation, just to give you a moment of stillness. Sorry, excuse me. A moment of stillness. So Scoop that tailbone up and send your legs out. Hands are just gently out to the side. Shoulders are down, and even if you've got to kind of lift and pull your shoulders down, do that. Tuck the chin, kind of wriggle everything a bit, and then inhale it. As you exhale, feel that gravity pull you down. If you have to do that again, actually, let's do it again. Inhale and exhale. Now, you continue to breathe at your, in this exact position, at your natural rhythm. Feeling the breath enter through the nostrils. Feeling it move down your airway and fill your lungs. And you can visualize this air as light, if that helps you, as a feeling, as a colour, as Orbeez, whatever you want. Let it fill you. And then as you exhale, send that light back out again. You got some, and we're going to let everyone else get some too. So inhale light in, exhale light out. Now I want you to continue breathing like this for 10 deep, conscious breaths at your natural rhythm, whatever deep is for you. Don't push yourself. For 10 breaths, beginning now. Feel your breath. If your attention ever wanders, bring it back with the sound or the feeling of the breath. And trust that in this process, your body is relaxing. This simple action of inhaling and exhaling is the only tool we need to harness inner peace. Make your last 2 breaths the deepest breaths you've taken all day. Feel it fill to your shoulders and then exhale. Get all weird on it. Just do it. If I can do it here on YouTube, well, you can do it too. And now after you've finished, bring your awareness back to your body. Bring our hands together into prayer. I am so proud of you for taking this time today to look after yourself, because every single human on this planet needs this. Every one of them, everyone needs this moment and that feeling, however we choose to get it. So I'm so proud of you to committing and taking the time and choosing me to help you today. It humbles. I feel so grateful and blessed that you have taken this time, because if I can help one person feel better, then I have succeeded. So I hope that you feel amazing. Be kind to yourself and in turn you will be kind to the world. Thank you, and as always, namaste. I hope that you really enjoyed today's practice with the growth movement. I am very grateful that you let me guide you today, and I cannot wait to see you on the mat again. So if you know someone who you think would benefit, please share, and for yourself, like and subscribe so that you know instantly when there's more videos and more practices coming out, and self-care videos and all the great content that we're going to have. So hit that notification bell, and I cannot wait to see you on the mat again. So thank you so much again, and namaste.